Hi, my name is Gethin Ellis and welcome to this Professional Azure SQL Database Administration course. Let me start by giving you a little bit of information about myself. As I just said, my name is Gethin Ellis and I've been working with SQL Server for the past 18 years and I've been working with Microsoft Azure for the last 10 years. I run a SQL Server consulting and training practice based in the UK with clients across the UK, Europe and North America. I've written two titles for Packt, two published books. One is called Getting Started with SQL Server 2014 Administration, and the other is called Microsoft Azure Infrastructure as a Service Essentials. I'm a Microsoft certified trainer, which means I get to teach the Microsoft official curriculum, and that's mainly around SQL Server as well. I'm active on social media. I blog relatively regularly over at gethinellis.com. I am on Twitter. My handle there is @gethin_Ellis. And I'm on LinkedIn too. Do feel free to make a connection with me over on LinkedIn. If you've got any questions on the material we cover in the course, in this course in particular, feel free to look me up on one of those platforms and I'll happily answer any questions that you may have. So what we're going to cover in this course. Azure SQL Database is a scalable, high-performing SQL Server-based managed cloud database service offering from Microsoft. And although Azure SQL Database is the cloud version of SQL Server, it differs from its on-premises equivalent in terms of management, maintenance, and administration. And it's important for you, the DBA, to know how to administer SQL databases in Azure so you can get the most out of the features that Azure has to offer. This course in particular is going to address the different management aspects of an Azure SQL database. So we're going to look at things like migration. We will look at explore different configuration options and pricing options available for Azure. We will provision a new Azure SQL database and we're going to migrate an existing on-premises database to it. We will look at backups and restores, the bread and butter for any DBA. And with the new GDPR regulations coming in the EU, data security is at the forefront of most organizations' minds these days, and Azure allows you to build a robust security model around your data. We will look at monitoring and tuning our databases. We want to know if something goes wrong. We want to know how much resources we are using, and we want to know if we need to target our tuning efforts to reduce the resource usage because it's a cloud offering. We pay for what we use. The less we use, the less it costs. So the tuning efforts, there might actually be a return on investment or a reduction in cost based on those efforts. The ability to implement high availability and have a very scalable disaster recovery solution in Azure is one of the main benefits and main drivers of going to Azure. You can get that high availability and disaster recovery with a few clicks of a button without having to buy really expensive redundant infrastructure. We can automate a lot of tasks in Azure using things like PowerShell, and we can develop a scalable solution. So when demand is high for our database, we can increase the resources it has available, and when that demand drops off, we can scale it back.